Boregi is a beloved traditional Turkish cheese pie, renowned for its delicate layers and rich flavor. This dish holds a special place in Turkish cuisine, often enjoyed during family gatherings and festive occasions. Its name, which translates to water pastry, reflects the unique preparation method where dough is briefly boiled before baking. Boregi showcases the importance of shared meals and hospitality in Turkish culture, making it a staple in both home kitchens and bakeries across the country. Boregi is a traditional Turkish pastry known for its delicate layers and rich flavor. The main ingredients include sheets of fresh dough, which are essential for achieving the dish's signature texture. A variety of cheeses can be used in the filling, but beyaz peynir, a brined white cheese similar to feta, is most common. The freshness of the dough plays a crucial role, as it allows the layers to remain soft and slightly chewy after baking. Combined with the savory cheese, these elements create a uniquely satisfying dish. Begin by combining flour, water, eggs, and a pinch of salt in a large mixing bowl. Knead the mixture thoroughly until a smooth, elastic dough forms, which usually takes about 10 minutes. If the dough feels too sticky, add a little more flour. If it's too dry, sprinkle in some water. Once the dough reaches the right consistency, cover it with a damp cloth and let it rest for at least 30 minutes. This resting period helps relax the gluten, making it easier to roll out thin, even sheets essential for authentic Boregi. Begin by bringing a large pot of salted water to a gentle boil. Carefully lower each dough sheet into the water, allowing it to cook briefly until it softens. Then transfer it to a bowl of cold water to stop the cooking process. After draining, layer the sheets one by one in a greased baking dish, brushing each layer with melted butter. This boiling and layering technique gives Boregi its signature tender and flaky texture, setting it apart from other types of pies. The result is a savory pastry with delicate, melt-in-your-mouth layers. To prepare the cheese filling, start by selecting traditional Turkish cheeses such as beyaz peynir, a tangy white cheese, or lor, a mild and crumbly variety. These cheeses are often combined to achieve a perfect balance of flavor and texture. Crumble the cheese into a bowl, then add finely chopped fresh herbs like parsley or dill for a burst of freshness. For seasoning, a pinch of black pepper and, if desired, a sprinkle of red pepper flakes can enhance the filling's taste. Mix everything thoroughly until the ingredients are evenly distributed and ready for use. To assemble the Boregi, begin by layering sheets of dough in a well-buttered baking dish, ensuring each layer is brushed with melted butter for a rich, flaky result. After several layers, spread the cheese filling evenly, making sure it reaches the edges for consistent flavor in every bite. Continue adding the remaining dough sheets on top, again brushing each with butter. For the signature texture, lightly press down on the assembled pie to remove air pockets and create a compact structure. Finally, pour a little milk or reserved boiling water over the top before baking, which helps achieve the classic, slightly chewy and tender layers that define Boregi. Begin by preheating your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, which provides the ideal temperature for even baking. Place your prepared dough on the center rack to ensure consistent heat circulation. For a golden, crispy crust, lightly brush the surface with an egg wash or a thin layer of melted butter before baking. Keep an eye on the color during the last few minutes, as ovens can vary. Once the crust turns a rich golden brown and sounds hollow when tapped, your bake is ready to come out of the oven. Boregi is often enjoyed warm, cut into generous squares or slices. Traditionally, it pairs beautifully with a side of fresh tomatoes, crisp cucumbers, and a handful of olives. Some prefer to serve it alongside a glass of Turkish tea, enhancing the flavors and creating a comforting meal experience. For a more inviting presentation, arrange the pieces neatly on a platter and garnish with a sprinkle of fresh parsley. This simple touch not only adds color, but also highlights the dish's homemade appeal. To keep Boregi tasting fresh, store any leftovers in an airtight container in the refrigerator. When you're ready to enjoy it again, avoid microwaving, as this can make the pastry soggy. Instead, reheat the borek in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 15 minutes, which helps restore its crispness. If the top starts to brown too quickly, cover it loosely with foil. This method ensures the layers remain flaky and the flavors stay vibrant. Boregi is a dish that lends itself to a variety of interpretations, often shaped by local preferences and available ingredients. In some regions, cooks blend different cheeses like feta, beyaz paneer, or even mozzarella to create unique flavors and textures. Fresh herbs such as parsley, dill, or mint are sometimes added, infusing the pastry with aromatic notes. These adaptations not only enhance the taste, but also reflect the culinary traditions and tastes of each area. As a result, Boregi serves as a delicious canvas for regional creativity across Turkey. When preparing Boregi, several common mistakes can affect the final outcome. One frequent issue is overcooking the dough sheets, which can cause them to become mushy and lose their texture. It's important to briefly boil the dough and immediately cool it in cold water. Another mistake is uneven layering, which can lead to inconsistent flavor and texture throughout the dish. To avoid this, carefully distribute the filling and dough layers for a balanced result. Lastly, using too little butter or oil can make the boregi dry, so ensure each layer is adequately coated for a rich and moist finish. Boregi is a traditional Turkish pastry made with layers of dough, cheese, and butter, which makes it a flavorful yet calorie-dense dish. It is rich in carbohydrates and fats, and also provides some protein from the cheese filling. While Boregi can be enjoyed as part of a varied diet, it is best consumed in moderation due to its high fat and calorie content. Pairing it with fresh vegetables or a light salad can help balance the meal and provide additional nutrients. For those mindful of their intake, smaller portions and occasional indulgence can allow Boregi to fit into a healthy eating pattern. Boregi holds a special place in Turkish celebrations and family gatherings. Often prepared for holidays, weddings, and important milestones, this savory pastry is more than just a dish. It symbolizes togetherness and tradition. Families come together to prepare Boregi, passing down recipes and techniques from one generation to the next. Its presence on the table is a sign of hospitality and care, reflecting the warmth and generosity at the heart of Turkish culture. Through Boregi, cherished memories are created and shared among loved ones. Many home cooks have questions when preparing Boregi for the first time. One common query is whether store-bought phyllo dough can be used instead of homemade sheets. While it's possible, traditional recipes often recommend making the dough from scratch for the best texture. Others wonder if the dish can be prepared ahead of time. Boregi can indeed be assembled in advance and baked just before serving. Some also ask about suitable cheese substitutions. Feta is classic, but a mix of mild white cheeses can work well. Finally, to prevent sogginess, it's important to drain the boiled dough sheets thoroughly before layering. In summary, making Boregi involves preparing delicate layers of dough, boiling them briefly, and assembling with a savory cheese filling. Baking brings all the flavors together, resulting in a dish that's both comforting and satisfying. While the process may seem intricate, each step is straightforward with a bit of practice. Don't hesitate to try making Boregi at home and enjoy sharing this traditional treat with family and friends.